combating nutrition disinformation and general bull. It's Jimmy Rants. JimmyRants.com.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another Instagram Live. And we're here with another episode of Jimmy Rants. If you're brand new to Jimmy Rants, head on over to JimmyRants.com and you'll see how this works. We start off on Instagram doing live videos a couple times a day. So go there at Instagram at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVIN LOWCARBMAN. You can join like all these awesome people are doing right now. Then if you missed the live, you can actually watch the replay for up to 24 hours on Instagram. And then we pop the video over permanently on YouTube so that you can watch the past episodes. So go look up Jimmy Rants as a keyword search on YouTube and you'll find the past episodes. And then finally we have a Jimmy Rants podcast, which has the best of the best moments from this here show. Again, you guys, all of this is housed at JimmyRants.com. Today's Jimmy Rants is all about your two new best friends when you go keto. And I would even say these two best friends will be your best friends when you fast. And they should be an essential part of your healthy life. So people decide to make the switch over to a low-carb, moderate protein, high-fat ketogenic diet. And so many people neglect these two best friends. You want to know who they are? They are water and salt. So water and salt are your two new best friends when you go keto. And you might be wondering why. Well, let me tell you why. Water is a big one. Because when you switch over from being a sugar burner to being a fat burner, your body does something very efficiently. It gets rid of sugar. So if you stop eating sugar and carbohydrate-based foods that turn to sugar in the body, once you stop eating those, your body will literally dump every bit of sugar that's in your body into your bloodstream, which is why in the interim of going keto, you might see a temporary rise in your blood glucose. A lot of people freak out about it. Oh my gosh, I thought this thing was supposed to lower my blood sugar, and they're pricking their finger and they're popping a 120. And they're going, what in the world? Well, it's very normal. Same thing happens with fasting, by the way. If you go on a fast and you see your blood sugar go up, it's not unpredictable because your body is dumping sugar. So what does it do? How does it dump sugar? Where is sugar stored in your body? It's stored in the form of glycogen. Glycogen is the sugar that is in your muscles. So think about all the muscles in your body. There is glycogen in there. And it's a mechanism by the body to store that as an energy source in an emergency if you needed glucose, okay? So when you switch over where you're not feeding your body glucose and you're not feeding it sugar or carbohydrates or producing glucose through gluconeogenesis from protein, guess what it does? It releases those stores. Now, obviously, you don't need that energy in the glycogen when you're trying to become a fat burner, but you do have to dump those stores in order for the fat and ketones to take over, okay? So what else is in the glycogen? Did you know it's housed in water? And did you know also within that, within the glycogen stores, you have water and you have salt. So when you start on a ketogenic approach and you're dumping those glycogen stores during the keto adaptation period, it's that adaptation period where you need to drink more water than you thought you ever needed to drink. You need to consume salt probably at a higher level than you ever thought. And it's very easy, guys. I mean, you could literally just drink more water. You could literally just put the salt underneath your tongue. But just be conscious about drinking more water. Be conscious about putting salt. And when I say salt, I don't mean the iodized Morton salt with the little girl with the umbrella. That's not salt. Real salt is pink Himalayan sea salt, some natural form of salt. And it's available everywhere now, so there's really no excuse for not using real salt. These are your two new best friends, guys, when you go keto. So if you're not salting and your food extra, and not to make it gross, don't dump tons of salt on it if it makes it taste gross, but get it into your body because you're dumping it. Same with the water. This is why when you first start going keto, and I read some media accounts of people that try keto, man, I was having to pee every 5 minutes and it's horrible. I'm like, no, it's called normal, people. It's called you're dumping the glycogen and your body is peeing out the excess glucose that is in your glycogen stores. And it's peeing out because you got a lot of water. So when they say you lose water weight and that, oh, that's all you lose on keto, yeah, for a period of time, you do dump water weight in the form of glycogen. But it's not all the weight that you lose. So hopefully by now you understand a little better that water and salt are your two new best friends when you go keto, because they very naturally get depleted by the body. And it's a good thing because it's getting rid of something you don't want so that you can usher in these ketone bodies, which you do want. And that's when the magic of a ketogenic diet kicks in. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you hanging out with me. Joshua says, especially when fasting. Yeah, when you're fasting, if you don't drink copious amounts of water, and every now and then just take a pinch or two of pink Himalayan sea salt and just stick it underneath your tongue, let it kind of ooze there and simmer there, you feel like you've had a meal. It's pretty amazing, even the psychological effect that that has on you, to have that on your tongue. So the bottom line here, guys, is don't neglect the water, don't neglect the salt. If I read one more person that says, well, I went on that keto thing and I felt horrible, I had major headaches, I had all of the, the keto flu stuff. Oh, and I felt like, I read a story today, I felt like I needed a flu shot. No, dude, you needed some salt. And you probably needed to drink more water. And see, here's the thing. When you start peeing more, because you're dumping glycogen, people are like, well, I don't want to drink more. I don't want to have to pee more. So they're actually making things worse for themselves. And getting dehydrated is never a good thing. There's so many ramifications to that. Ashton said, I had to get used to salt. I never used to use it. Yeah, because just like saturated fat, we were scared half to death of using salt because of blood pressure concerns and because of this and because of that. And oh, you lower your salt intake. You got to actually increase your salt intake when you go keto. ARod2773 says, I put pink Himalayan sea salt in my coffee. And yeah, a lot of people do that in their coffee, whatever means it takes to get the salt into your body. And again, don't salt it to the point, salt anything to the point that it's gross, but make sure you get the salt in your body. Darla Daisy saying when you have blood pressure, they tell you no. Yeah, and see, here's the truth about the blood pressure thing and salt. It's only about 5% of the population that are considered salt sensitive. Everybody else, there is no blood pressure concerns when it comes to salt intake. And so the best thing you can do is go keto, add in the extra salt, and you see your blood pressure go up, then okay, maybe switch to kind of a salt potassium blend or something like that. But it's just an excuse that people give, and doctors, of course, use it. Oh, you don't want your blood pressure to go up, so keep your salt down. That's just idiotic. Salt is as essential to your body as a ketogenic diet or as saturated fat is. And so is water, for that matter. Keto Journey by George says, I tried several different methods to increase salt supplementation. I have found using Soleil water works best for me. Discover what works for you. Yeah, so I'd never heard of Soleil water till about 6 months ago. Somebody started asking me about it. We actually addressed this as a question on my Thursday podcast called Keto Talk. And so on there, me and Dr. Will Cole discussed it, and Dr. Cole gave a brilliant explanation of what it was. It's basically just salt water. And so if that's a more palatable way to get your salt in, George, I'm happy you found that that it works for you. So maybe Soleil water could be the answer for some other people as well. Kathleen Rogers 184, what do you think of Zip Fizz? I've never heard of that. Is that a name brand of like an electrolyte supplement? I'm hugely in favor of electrolyte supplementation. I think I mentioned this on a previous Jimmy Rants. There's a great company called Keto Vitals, and they actually have a flavored form of their electrolyte supplement. I want to say one of them is fruit punch. I forget what the other flavor is, but it's 2 flavors, and you get a flavor form of potassium, magnesium, sodium, all of the various electrolytes, so that you don't encounter any of the issues that we've talked about. I finally have dead keto breath. I guess that's good. Dead keto breath. So Dr. Atkins used to talk about this. People would complain about the keto breath. And he said, no, it's not stinky breath. It's actually a sweet breath because your body has made that switch over to ketones. Now, some people have a very strong reaction to the smell of ketones. And that's where he used to say, chew on cinnamon bark, or you could pop a sugar-free mint, just whatever it takes to get through it. I find the longer I've done this, I don't have that nearly as much as I did maybe when I first started. So it does get better. Yes, Keto Vitals is on here. Go check them out. Oh, mango is the other flavor. Thank you, Keto Vitals. Appreciate you sharing. But yes, really good way to get your electrolytes in. And Keto Vitals does a really good job, you guys, of putting it all in one formulation for you, so you don't have to just have salt. You could have salt, magnesium, potassium, zinc, all of the things that go into your electrolytes, and then you dump it into water and mix it up and drink it, so you're getting both the water and the salt and all the other things all in one swell foop. I think the Keto Vitals, you guys, are available on Amazon, so go check it out at Amazon.com, also KetoVitals.com. George says high potassium and caffeine power level of sodium. Awesome. Oh, caffeine power, lower sodium. George, I don't know what you're talking about, dude, but thanks for sharing. Sherry smiles. Keto Chow fasting drops are great to take on vacation. Outdoor activities keep electrolytes up. Yeah, they have these new drops, the Keto Chow people. Keto Chow XYZ.xyz is their website, and yeah, you could just pop it into water. Some people like no flavor when they get their electrolytes, and so these fasting drops would definitely help. And you don't have to just take them when you're fasting. You could do it really anytime. And then the Keto Vitals could be really good if you like a little bit of flavor. The Keto Vitals people do have a flavorless one too, in the form of little gel caps that you take to get your electrolytes in. All right, guys, that's it for this episode of Jimmy Rants. And the bottom line in this one was that you need to, if you have decided to go on a low-carb, moderate protein, high-fat, ketogenic diet and become a fat and ketone burner, you absolutely need to make as your 2 new best friends water and salt. They will not lead you astray. They'll actually help you thrive when you go keto. And so many people, they start keto and they don't start thriving right away, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the worst diet known to mankind, when all they needed to do was make sure they got adequate amounts of water and salt. So if you're not doing that already, this is your public service announcement. Compliments of Jimmy Moore here today. Go start getting plenty of water and plenty of salt. All right, guys, JimmyRants.com is the website. And as always, we start off on Instagram Live. So go follow me at Instagram. at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVINLOWCARBMAN. And you can watch live just like all these awesome people did here today. Watch it on replay for up to 24 hours. Then we pop it onto YouTube where you can find all the past episodes of Jimmy Rants. And then finally, the Jimmy Rants podcast has the best of the best moments and highlights of this here show, JimmyRants.com. So until next time, we'll see you then.